Now, I might be stretching things a little bit, but I began thinking about the Jesus story in light of the Via Negativa. And I noticed a progression from darkness, from pain, from emptiness and uncertainty, to gratitude, to mystery, to abundance. You see, at the beginning of the Jesus story, he had just received some heartbreaking news. His cousin and companion, his mentor, John the Baptist, had been killed by Herod. Now, that's the kind of life event that we describe as dark. And Jesus wanted to go somewhere, to be alone, because he needed to grieve. He needed to let the pain be pain. So he took off in his boat, and the disciples followed, and the people followed. They accompanied Jesus to that place of darkness. And towards the end of the day, the disciples were tired, and they were hungry, and they were thirsty, and so were all the other people who had followed. So the disciples went to Jesus and they said, Jesus, send those people away. Tell them to go home. Tell them to go home and eat. And Jesus, again, who was grieving, said to the disciples, give the people something to eat. Nourish them. Feed them. And the disciples said, we can't do that. We don't have enough to share. We only have a little. We can't be feeding the whole neighborhood. Jesus, tell them to go home and take care of themselves. And Jesus said, bring me what you have. Bring me what you have, and let's be grateful. Let's give thanks. Let's be grateful even when our hearts are hurting. Let's be grateful even when we don't think we have enough. And so they did. They gave thanks. And suddenly they were immersed in abundance. There was plenty for everyone. And the words of Jesus, which really are an invitation. Jesus said, eat and drink in remembrance. So when you break the bread, remember. And when you drink from the cup of love, remember. Eat and drink in remembrance. Amen.